Hey, you liberal fruitcakes! I already recorded this video once, uploaded it, but I just didn't like it, so I deleted it. So we're gonna try this again. From the top! Tax bills! Let's talk about them! You guys really got your knickers in a twist when you didn't see any sort of additional tax cuts in the reconciliation bills that have been proposed. But what you guys didn't realize is, in that reconciliation bill, they are just continuing the current tax cuts that were already there and are set to expire by the end of the year! This makes it easier to pass under reconciliation, which is why there are no additional bills attached to it. But if you took any time to do any sort of research whatsoever, you would see Republicans have multiple bills about tax cuts on all the things that Trump had talked about. So let's talk about 3 of them. These are bills that have already been introduced or will be introduced. Number 1, the Senior Citizen Tax Elimination Act. This bill seeks to remove all federal taxes associated with Social Security. Since Social Security itself is already a tax, and we are required by law to put our money into it, they seek to eliminate the double tax that is happening. Number 2, the reintroduction of the No Tax on Tips Act. This would eliminate the requirement for taxing tips up to $25,000 for standard tip workers. It would also require employers to actually pay minimum wage for tipped workers, not sub-minimum wage. Now, doesn't that sound like a good idea? I think so. Do you want to know who's reintroducing it? Ted Cruz, and we know you love him. Number 3, the Keep Every Penny Act, or KEEP Act. This would eliminate federal income tax on overtime wages. Now, I know a lot of you have said, well, that would just disincentivize companies from paying overtime or allowing overtime. You do realize employers pay part of your taxes that are collected, right? So if they eliminate overtime tax, employers wouldn't have to pay that tax and would be incentivized to let people work overtime. Isn't that a neat idea? Number 4, I know I said there were only 3, but this one's a bonus. The FAIR Act. This is one that somebody requested. This act is to avoid multiple taxation at a federal level by eliminating virtually all federal income tax. This includes, but is not limited to, the death tax, inheritance tax, payroll tax, tax on overtime, tax on Social Security. You get the point. This collected revenue would be replaced by a flat 23% consumption tax on all goods and services. And yes, I did say all. Now, before you guys start freaking out, there are some exceptions. There is an exception for businesses. This is to prevent double taxing. Items or services purchased for the operation of a business are not taxed. All items and services sold outside of business use are taxed. Now, I know you guys are thinking, well, what do we do about low-income families? There's an exception. There would be credits given to people who do not make enough, so that way they would not feel the undue burden of a higher tax system. However, it does require them to be responsible for filing proper documentation, making sure they are able to be qualified for these programs. But that means the system is truly fair. If you spend more money, you spend more in taxes. If you spend less money, you spend less in taxes. Meaning you get to pocket more and be more financially responsible for you and your future. And your choices aren't being taken away by a forced tax system by the federal government. So yes, I guess you guys are right. There are absolutely no proposed tax systems solving the issues you guys are complaining about. Oh wait, there are! You're just unwilling to look past your own ignorance and bias. Have a good day!